Hey Nacho, how's it going?
Hello.
Just want to let you know you are live on the marathon side.
Oh my lord, am I live again? Oh boy. Just checking some settings out because I'm spiking a little bit in OBS. I think that should be okay, maybe, hopefully. So anyway, I'm live, so... Well, hello everyone, I'm El Nacho again. Yesterday I ran Vigilante 8, and I did the commentary for Fury. And today I'm gonna be running Freedom Planet. Just gonna close some things. I'm not gonna be looking at chat because for some reason Firefox is being annoying. So...
Oh, boo, Firefox.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just like, come on, you gotta quit that.
Yeah, so... Yeah, this is Freedom Planet. And the reason, you'll see soon why I chose Adventure Mode. Time starts when I choose the characters, so now. So yeah, the reason why I'm playing Freedom Planet on Adventure Mode is because there's a bug in the game that lets me skip 2 stages. I just have to skip a scene. So I'm just gonna skip through all of this. Right there, I skipped scene. And that's Dragon Valley. And that was Dragon Valley. This is Relic Maze. And that was Relic Maze. So stage 3. Now, the reason why that happens is because the cutscenes were like... I need to lower the volume of the game, I can't even hear myself. Hang on. Alright, there we go. So the reason that happens is because the cutscenes were hard-coded, like with... instead of it being like a cutscene engine, it's just all doing it with the same like properties of players. So you saw Lilac going to the right, and I skipped the scene while she was going to the right. So that right input kept over to the next scene, which is a Carol exclusive scene. And since I hit the edge of that screen, it put me in. It did all that weird shit. So now I skip 2 stages. And you see that I have a bike. Carol has 2 forms. He can either be on foot or on a bike, which I like to call so slow I want to kill myself, or a reasonable pace. And yeah, you'll notice there's a bar on the top left. For Carol it's not really that important. And right here you're about to see a trick that's called the second run warp. So I did it. Now I just need to do this. There we go, I just skipped like the first half of this next screen. The reason why it's called the second run warp is because there's actually another one earlier in the level, but Carol can't do it. Or at least to my knowledge she can't. And here you'll see what we call the Wild Club combo, which is basically I just keep doing this like power up hit over and over again in the air. And you'll see me that I often roll before starting the combo. That's because the roll gives me a free attack. And there's a bug called the moon jump glitch, which is if you attack and jump at the same time, the game thinks you're holding jump the entire time, so it gives you the maximum height. For Carol, this is very useful for the air combos, because she's not really good at getting air, especially without the bike. Like you notice that with the bike I have a double jump. The double jump gets replaced by a pounce if you're on foot. So you'll often see me going into on foot mode for combat and for bike during the rest of the stage. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention. The bike has like a hidden health bar. I said health bar, but it's just really like how many times you get hit before it explodes. You can get hit twice. If you get hit a third time, the bike explodes, and you're back to slow mode. You replenish the health by changing screens or getting a new gas can. And we're about to reach the second mini-boss of the stage. So the same deal as the first one, I just keep white clawing it into the dice. Alright, so here's the where the meter becomes important. That right there is the stage boss. It's called Robo Panther, and here you'll see me doing what is called wild kick, which I follow up with a double jump. Damn it, I missed it. If I could have hit him before he did the bullet rain, we'd call that the Fast Panther, because we can actually get more damage in. It would have done that laser sweep immediately instead of going to the bullet rain. And it would have delayed that attack he's doing right now, which makes it even hard to hit. So now I'm just getting as many hits as I can with the wild kicks. Now that he's back down and doing the wild kick double jump combo. In the previous version of the game you couldn't do this. If you wild kick you couldn't double jump, which made this fight even worse. And the world record holder discovered that if he disabled the bike, because the bike here is scripted, you can get hit as many times as you want and the bike won't explode. But if he hits he did it without the bike and it's actually faster, which is a shame because we can't get off the bike during the auto-scroller. And that was the first stage. Now you'll see a lot of menuing because I have to skip every single cutscene. That's the price you pay for skipping 2 whole stages. So Sky Battalion, this is the 4th stage in the game. It's a pretty fucking brutal stage for Carol. There's only one gas can in the entire stage, and right after the gas can there's an enemy called DNA cannons. Those things, they literally destroy the bike, because they hit multiple times and every hit counts towards the bike health. So if you get hit by that, the bike's dead. And there are 3 of them after the bike. Actually, you'll see them soon. Oh yeah, and to top it all off, the bike is hidden. So yeah, in my opinion, this is kind of cruel level design for Carol. So yeah, as you can see, I got hit twice there. That was very lucky. I should be dead right now. And yeah, I forgot to mention the wild kick uses the meter, but you probably noticed that during the Fortnite boss. And this level is divided into 3 sections. I just completed the first one. It doesn't matter which order you do them in, but for Carol you have to do the first one if you're speedrunning, because, well, the first one is the only one that has a bike, and you need the bike, or else you're slow. You're a slow cat. And no one likes being a slow cat. I forgot to explain the shields. There are 5 different kinds of shields in this game. They each take 2 hits before dying. If you're playing hard, they take 1 hit, and you can only take 1 hit with them. I'm just gonna grab that one up there. The pink one you just saw is called the wood shield. It attracts health pickups. This one is the earth shield. It attracts gems that give extra lives and fill your meter. That was the second mini-boss, by the way. There's a blue one, which is the water shield that lets you breathe underwater, and under no circumstances where you can't breathe. There's a white one, which is the metal shield, makes you immune to spikes and electric attacks. And there's the red one, that is the fire shield, and it damages enemies on contact. I already got hit twice, Jesus Christ. I have to be careful here because I've dived into those gems for literally no reason before. Because this game is very fully functional. Those things have also kill me immediately. They don't one-shot you, but if you jump at them, you can actually die, and it's very annoying. We're almost at the third mini boss. Just need to clear this part out. So that's the last mini boss. And it's gone. And we're at the stage boss. This boss spends most of the time just trying to charge at you because every time you damage him, you have to destroy all of those orbs before hitting him, and you have to do this 5 times. The third time he will always start with an invincible state. Like that. You can get a couple of them before he goes invincible, and then just do the same. Now I just have to stand here and wild kick and get the last orbs by doing that. Just do him one more time. Now that they're red, that means he's about to die. And I missed the last one, and he's dead. So that was Sky Battalion. Doing this stage without a bike is just a pain in the ass. Just because of how slow you move. Now the next stage is Jade Creek. Probably one of the best stages in the game, because not only does it start you up at speed, it starts you up with a bike. It's the only level that does this. And since I didn't lose my shield to the boss, it carries over, so I get a free hit. You see that I constantly claw after a double jump. That's to cancel the double jump and not get more air than necessary, because if you stay in the air, there's actually air drag, so you slow down. So you want to minimize that as much as possible. And down here we go down here, and there are some springs here that we use. As you can see, that right there, I just drove over the spikes because I have the shield. Unfortunately, this means that the run would be invalidated if I got a PB on this particular stage, because you're supposed to do it without a shield beforehand, unless the shield didn't change anything, which it did because I could drive through the spikes. So yeah, that's just the rules that we have for the levels. So we're at the mini boss. Just took it into the arena. And I messed it up. There we go. There we go. So yeah, as you saw when I missed the first hits, she spawned a shield. And as you saw afterward, if you hit it enough, you can actually stop her from making shields and just go to the next phase. You have to hit her, you have to damage her 4 times, and it ends the fight. So now we're at the submarine. I didn't explain those because I forgot about them. But those are like boost jump pads that only Carol can use. They give you they let you traverse stages faster, sometimes, depending on which one you use. Every stage has them. And we're almost at the boss. Alright, so you might recognize the boss from 2 stages ago. This time he doesn't have a mech. This is one of the very few examples where fighting him in the bike is better. And now he's in a big ass chopper. I just need to destroy the windshield. There we go, we're done. And that was Jade Creek. Okay, so right after the end tally, there's going to be like a very small cutscene that I can't skip. So I'll just mash through it. Okay, there we go. This one I can actually skip. So this is Trap Hideout. Another example of cool level design, because those lasers. I think I forgot to explain this, but Carol, when you wild pick as Carol, you're actually invincible. Except with those lasers, you're not invincible to those lasers, and it's very annoying. Because this is supposed to be Carol's exclusive stage, and one of her main abilities doesn't work. You just need to avoid those lasers. Alright, that was a mini boss. Okay, so now you're gonna see what we call a timer freeze. We can restart the stage because we use in-game time, and it actually stops the timer. But in this stage, we can keep moving. For some reason, only this stage happens. And the bike is up here. I'm just gonna grab the shield over here. So this is the second mini boss. And there goes my bike.
I just wanted to give a really quick shout out here to Evolution. He's actually in chat saying, "Hey to you, Nacho. I know you don't have chat up at the moment. I just wanted to let you know he's here."
That's nice of him. Yeah, he's the world record holder of Carol. And every stage for Carol. Now here I'm trying to avoid those springs so I can have more control, because they just bounce you all over the place. Alright, so here you'll see something. I'm gonna do something weird. The boss is up here. His hitbox is up here, so I'm just gonna double jump at him 4 times. If I do more, he'll become invincible. And now that I did that, I have to kill 99 ninjas. They have bikes. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, you heard the, I don't know if you heard that little whistle. I have the game fairly low. But if you have the pink shield, every 20 crystals you pick up, it spawns a health pickup. And then it attracts it to you. That's the boss. And he's dead. So yeah, the reason why I double jumped at him 4 times is because you can actually damage him, but if you over damage him, the fight never really starts. But here you can just get as much damage as you can. I can also skip this, so I have to mash through it. You damage through his health, and once he spawns, you can actually just one-shot him. Okay, so this is Thermal Base. I hate this stage. I really hate it. And there are a couple reasons why. And you'll see the first one soon enough. We need to go through the stage. Alright, so here's a trick that I absolutely hate. For the sake of it being a marathon, I'm gonna try it 3 times. I usually only tried 1 time. Okay, so there's 1 try. I'm trying to save up there to skip this entire area. There's 2. And I missed it. Okay, you didn't see it. But basically, I can just walk right at the edge of the screen and just skip this entire area. Normally, I just tried once to waste as little time as possible. Because otherwise, you have to grab that keycard and then walk all the way back. Just gonna with this shit. And then go through that door and then go all the way back again. So yeah, this is just one of the reasons why I hate this stage. The other reason is the mini-boss and the boss both rely on stun locks. And I hate stun locks in any game ever. Unless I'm the one dealing them. Now I'm just gonna restart here to despawn those guys, so I can go here without getting shot at. Now here is a very easy zip, like the other one is just finicky, but this one is actually easy. I just have to jump on this below this box over and over again until they overlap. So just walk up to them, and zip. And I can just walk to the right until the end of the screen. So there's a mini boss with a keycard here. I just can just wild kill at him, and then a whole bar is enough to kill the windshield, so I can just grab the keycard and run. Also, you saw me taking like the upper route. If I didn't take that upper route, it would spawn a guy that would chase me around all the way to the mini boss. Alright, so you saw that like lava beam that this boss called Syntax. If I get hit by that, I get stuck in place and get hit over and over again. And I can't do anything about it. Not even wild kicks can save me. But that was the mini boss. I'm just gonna grab this conveniently placed bike. Oh, that's also another problem I have. There are like no bikes in useful spots. Only that one. So just like in Sky Battalion, you're pretty much stuck with one bike the entire stage. So here you're gonna see me skip another section of the stage. Right here, I can just wild kick over here, and I can just skip a section where I have to go back and forth like 3 times. And this is another part I hate. Those things, those crushers, they one-shot you. No questions asked, they just murder you. And if you die, you lose the bike, and if you lose the bike, you're slow. And if you're slow, I get pissed. And there's another section of them. Just gonna wait for it to drop again. Alright, so here I'm gonna show something that I couldn't show because it only happens on one of the stages. It's only really useful on one of the stages that I skipped. This is called the fade out skip. By restart or quitting during a fade out, you can actually save like I don't know, a fraction of a second. which, you know, when you're running, every bit helps. Because the timer keeps running while the screen is fading to black and fading back up. So here you just skip the entire fade. There's another, and I hate this boss because it's very easy, but the movement is so weird that it always throws me off. And also there's a lot of waiting between phases. Alright, we're done. Okay, so if you have any donations, feel free to read them, because after this there's a shmup section and nothing important happens. It's just me holding right and shooting, so feel free to read any donations if you have any.
Alright, so at the moment we do not have any donations, but Revolution says that Thermal Bay's second half is actually pretty impressively fast for Carol, and that's exactly right. But he's saying, no, you're lying, your favorite stage is Thermal Base.
Yeah, we have a meme that apparently I love Thermal Base. That's the meme. That's literally the meme. Because I complain about the stage all the time because holy shit do I hate it! It upsets me. The crushes one-shot me, the bosses stun-lock me, the bike explodes, I get upset. And that zip is brutal. Alright, so this is the shmup boss. Oh yeah, an important thing about this part of the game is that it literally doesn't matter. Like, you could die here, you could get all the game overs, you could spend like 7 hours in this one section of the game. It won't count towards the in-game time. So you could theoretically still have like a world record with an hour-long shmup section. Which is pretty dumb if you ask me. I missed the jump. Okay, Battle Glacier is it's a very long stage. I think not only is it a long stage, the mini boss is just brutal for new players. It was certainly brutal for me. I think I got stuck in there for like a full 20 minutes just on that mini boss. In fact, you just saw him. That little ship you saw in the background, that's the mini boss. And you probably and actually that's the same ship that appeared at the end of J Creek. And here are like some drills that you have to hit to open those areas. There we go. You know, funnily enough, Battle Glacier is like holds a very special place in my heart because it was the first time I got a world record in a stage. Because even though Revo is the current world record, I'm like the second best car runner in the community. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the community has been very like quiet in the last few months. I'm pretty much the only Carol runner that's actually active at this point, or at least publicly active. And even then, I run the game like once a month. There goes my bike. So now you get to see how truly slow she is. On the longest stage in of the game. Have fun. The good thing is that I've done a couple of no bike runs, so I actually know kinda how to go remotely fast at her, kinda. But you can see the difference is just insane. You can see me here using the invincibility frames that the wild kicks gave me. The entire time the wild kicks are active, I'm invincible, so I can just run across those spikes with no problem. Alright, so down here there's another bike that I can grab. And here you can see how powerful the wild kick to double jump combo actually is, because I just destroyed that. That's supposed to be a mini boss in the first stage, and I just kinda removed it from the game. And we're almost at the stage boss. This is another example of how a bike makes a fight way easier, because this boss is a nightmare without a bike. Like, it's that actually painful to play. You can see me. I'm just like eating through his shields, but that's because I can double jump. If you don't have bike, as I said before, you can double jump. So hitting me is like an actual nightmare. Okay, one more hit should do it. There we go. You can actually still be hit by those green things after you kill the boss. And one time it actually happened that I got hit by one of those and I died. So the run was dead and I was so pissed that I just alt F4 out of the game and went to bed. I can't skip any of this. I just have to wait for the screen to move to the right. Then I can just skip. Let me skip. Can I skip? I wanna skip. There we go. Alright, so this is the final Dreadnought. It's 4 final stages, but this used to be one huge level, but then Strife, the developer, decided to turn into 4 shorter stages. So this is the first section of the final stage. Also, there's a lot of teleporting going on. So it's very disorienting the first time you play it. This section is also very annoying without the bike, because those airlocks push you down so fast that you have to out wall jump them, and that's not as easy as it sounds. With the bike you can just boost up the wall. Alright, so here I'm gonna ditch the bike, because the boss is way easier to fight without a bike. And there's the boss. The reason why it's easier without a bike is because you literally can't wild claw combo with the bike. Like you can wild kick double jump, but it's not as efficient as doing this. And I just need to wild claw him 4 times. There we go. And that's the first quarter of the final stage. There are no more cutscenes for me to skip, so it just goes straight into the next level. There we go. This is another stage that I used to have the world record on for a while. I think I held it like for like a month or something. This is a stage that doesn't have a bike at all, so you're stuck as on foot, Carol. But there's a very fancy sip near the end of the stage. That's not hard to do. That room down there is a mess. There's way too much shit to avoid while trying to get a keycard in a very like small space. Alright, so now I'm on a timer, as you can see on the left, but there's nothing to worry about, because Mila will drop water shield right there. I'm gonna ignore it and just go to the switch, and then grab the shield. And as you can see, the timer, the bar on the left is completely full, and it's not going down anymore. Oh yeah, unlike the trap hideout lasers, I can actually wild kick through them, through these ones. Which is why I hate I hate how trap hideout doesn't let you, because it makes the character inconsistent. But anyway, here's where the zip happens. So I have to mash the pounce, because you can actually move inside the walls with the pounce. So it lets you just take the whole elevator, and I just skip that to skip a cutscene. And now this is the same guy that we fought in Fortnite and J-Crick, but now he's a mutant. And we're done. So that was the second quarter of the final stage. And once again, there's no cutscene for me to skip, so I will go to the next stage. Okay, so Final Dreadnought 3 is probably the most fun stage in the game because of how it's very short and it's very quick, and there are bikes everywhere. So now he activated a bunch of turrets. I can just go fast and not be hit by them. Okay, so now you'll see me here boost jumping. That's to avoid the hit lag of hitting so many enemies, because the hit lag doesn't stop the timer, so you're actually losing time when you go through every enemy. But if you just boost jump, you can just not hit anything, or barely anything. Right, we're almost done with the stage. I just need to drive through here. Now I'm gonna ditch the bike here, so I don't get on the bike accidentally mid-fight. And this is a very long cutscene that I can't skip. So have fun while I just check my Twitter or something. Alright, so this is mutated Mila. As you can see, if you're fast enough, you can skip flying face by just hitting her during the flying stage. And that was Mila. You can actually keep hitting her, but I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. As I say that as I just hit her once, but don't question me.
That's it.
Okay, so we're at the final stage now. I just need to wait for this to end. Once again, nothing, no cutscene to skip. And this is this is pretty much a vertical stage, which is good for Carol because wall climbing. And just like in Final Dreadnought 2, there are no bikes. Alright, so right here there's another ship. I just need to stand in between these blocks. And they should push me through the wall. It's a very specific spot. That almost worked. Alright, at this point it's just faster to just do the whole thing. But basically it lets me skip this whole thing. Like all of this, I would have skipped it all the way to this point. Alright, so that giant laser of doom, you can actually survive it if you don't get hit by the whole thing. and you can't wild kick through it, which is why I'm avoiding it. Except now, so I can get a bit of height. Alright, so as you can see, I have a metal shield, so I can just wall climb through the spikes like they're nothing. Alright, that was pretty much the stage. There's a very short hallway before the boss where they're shooting at me. Alright, so there's the boss. I'm just gonna mash through the voices. And this is the final boss. It has 3 faces. So this is the first one. You might recognize him from like Battle Glacier and J-Quick. But now he's more annoying. And he's gone. I'm just gonna do a restart here to go to the next phase without wasting any more time. This doesn't save any in-game time, but it just makes the fight way quicker. Okay, so now this phase is very annoying because it relies a lot on RNG. Right now I'm getting a good roll. See, I don't want him to do that. And he can do it like 3 times in a row. There's the second one. Well, he's dead now. So once again, I'm just gonna skip to the final phase, which is Brevon himself. And he's gonna knife me, and if he hits me, he does like half my health bar, so I don't want to do that. You can one-cycle him and even do get a quick kill, but it's not easy. And that's it. I should call time now, because the guy's dead. And that was Freedom Planet. It's a really fun game. This is the first game I started speed. This is the game that introduced me to speedrunning. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm just gonna wait until the times are up. Right there. So yeah, this is Freedom Planet. We like to call it the better Sonic. Don't worry about that. And yeah, there's nothing more for me to say. We're done. I don't know if you want me to play the stages that I skipped. I can play them time trial, or if I just end my thing. That's up to you.
Totally up to you if you'd like.
Well, let's just see my final time. 37:35. Well, maybe if I didn't lose the bike in Battle Glacier. You know what? They're not that long. I'm just gonna play through them.
Sounds good.
So this is the first stage that I skipped. It's called Dragon Valley. I'm very out of practice with this stage because I haven't played it in months. Ever since the skip bug got discovered, I just bailed on this level. Ah, damn it. No, at least I still remember the routing. I say as I miss the route. Okay, yes, I definitely did forget the route. It's been a long time. Because that's not the right way you do that. Or that. Anyway, that's this is the mini boss, and he's dead. Just gonna go through here. I can actually skip. I love going back and forth by jumping into this wall and just skipping the entire thing. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention about my run. While the boost is active, I have full control in the air. So that's why you see me turning in the air that quickly. And there goes my bike. Well, sadly this means that I'm not gonna be able to skip the boss, because I can only skip. You can actually skip this boss, like completely, but you need the bike, and I just lost the bike. Which is very unfortunate. But it's okay because the boss is very easy anyway. It's the same as the mini boss, but he has 3 phases, and the orbs have even less health, and each phase has less orbs to hit. Like that, he only had half of them, which are 4, and this time I just need to wait for him here, and I can just do this. And yeah, that was Dragon Valley, the first level that I don't have to deal with anymore because it skips. And as you can see, I'm very out of practice because I don't know if you can see the time, but my personal best is 2:36. So yeah. And this is Relic Maze, the other stage that I skipped. On this stage there's no bikes either, so I have to go on foot. And I missed those slopes, so I couldn't get a tiny speed boost. Once again, I haven't played this stage in months. Okay, so here's where a lot of fade-up skips happen. There's like, I think 3 of them. I think there are 4, but I only do 3 of them. So you saw the first one there. Alright, so here you're gonna see another sip. We use this to skip. I love going back and forth. Because there are two switches that you have to press in the stage, and they're both connected on the same screen. And you saw that there's no collision there because it doesn't need to load it because we went through the yellow door. So we can just skip the purple door altogether. And I can just restart here, and it spawns me all the way back at the previous screen. And both gates are open, so I can just go to the middle. There was supposed to be a fatal skip there, but I forgot to do it. And this is once again another unskippable cutscene. Alright, so this is the mini boss, and it's gone. As Lila, you can actually skip this boss by going below the truck. Revo actually tried to do this with Carol, but she's just too slow. And here there's another checkpoint skip I do by restarting here. I don't know if you could notice that there was a little jitter before the theme started playing. That's what I do because I normally play this game without the music, so I just use that visual cue instead of the audio cue. Alright, so this is another section with where I have to open two switches. Unlike the first one, I can't do any kind of skips on this, so I actually have to go through them. But they're not that bad. Like that was the first one. I just need to push this switch. Also, some people have softlock here somehow. Like so they finish the thing and then they jump somewhere and they can't move anymore. No one knows why that happens or how it happens. It just does. It's very rare, and to my knowledge, none of the speedrunners have suffered from it. It's only like casual players have dealt with it. At least to my knowledge. I tried to replicate it a long time ago and I couldn't. But anyway, that's the two switches done. Oh shit! I'm supposed to go up there. Alright, so we're at the boss. This boss is called Mantolith, and there's actually a timer freeze in this boss that I have not been able to pull off ever. Yeah, if you can kill the two arms quick enough, there's like a very short window where you can hit the ice. You see that the ice turn red, that's when I can hit him. There's a very short window while the timer is not up, and when the timer is off screen, it stops. So you can potentially, I think Revo has been able to do 2 timer freezes in a row, and he says that a third one is possible. But at this point I don't care anymore because I don't have to play this stage anymore. Yay! Also, I barely played this game. I barely played this game, so even better. Anyway, and that's it. Those are the 2 stages that I skipped. And yeah, there's nothing more for me to add. So yeah, now I'm done.
Alright, well thank you very much, Nacho, for that amazing run of Freedom Planet. Again, if you would like to go ahead and give Nacho a follow,